Hello, beautiful, amazing world, and you, individual out there. Today, I would like to speak about outer change is not what brings about change for a human being. No matter what you gain from the outside, no matter what you think will make a human life better in the outside, won't change an individual human being. To individualize yourself, to actually grab a hold, trying to understand, going inside yourself, finding out how a human being works is what changes and what brings positive and uplifting change for human beings. No matter what you get from the outside, no matter how much we would like reforms, revolutions, changes of any kind, it doesn't change an individual human being's disposition. This is obvious. This is one of the deeper truths into things. We can only bring about bigger changes when more and more individual people come together in a common cause for good and truth. Good truth, morals and ethics, in deed and in love. Not because it is a duty, not because we have been taught this is right, because if you have only been taught be kind to others without any depth to it, you can never bring about an understanding for it. But if you truly have brought about why we do this, that we are the seed of the future, that what you build today, what you focus on cultivating for all of mankind today for the future is what will bring the seed of change. Every individual human being have this opportunity and responsibility. Of course, there are many that want to just stay in their comfortable life, stay in comfort, stay in stagnation, stay in an age of 27 more or less, and then everything is just okay, I want to be here the rest of my life. This is the opposition. This is what brings hindrances to an otherwise fleeting and flowing, changing culture and people. But by bringing in new impulses, but with truth that brings physical deeds and actions, so they can actually be realized in action, not just finding some abstract theories, we can do this and this and this, then they try to do it and nothing works, because they have no clue to the depth of reality of humankind. This is our leaders today. Do you feel they are connected with you? I don't, at least. So and I love to see other human beings do the same for themselves, to build up a more truthful, transparent, and a flowing, harmonious, active effort in understanding others. If you don't want to understand others, it will reflect from your inner being. It will be blatantly obvious, because if you actually observe and listen, you will feel, you will hear, you will see what comes out of a human being. Of course, you do not judge that human being. You do not say, wow, what a fucking... You get my drift. You don't start ranting on him. What you do is, okay, I see where you come from, and I see that this is your disposition towards me. I do not need to be here. I love you, and I can love you from afar, and pray for your success that way. But I will not degrade myself to go the same way as everyone else is doing. Just because everyone else is doing something doesn't mean it is correct. Traditions in many ways today have become dead, cold rituals, more or less, repetitions, things we can't put life in anymore because there is no purpose in it. But if you truly put life in what you do, if you truly wish to understand the deep hidden depths of mankind, but also how we operate and how we have built this world for many lifetimes, and how we have a lot of things to purify and to ennoble, to become a more individualized but connected humankind. We have become so obsessed with our country, so obsessed with our culture, so obsessed with our race and everything, that being a human has completely been lost. I see every single being that is of human a human and an individual, and I take everyone differently as they come. If we have karma, and we have it happens so that it becomes uncomfortable, that is karma, and they will come and go. Others you will truly and thoroughly enjoy because they enjoy you. You feel it when others enjoy you as a human being. We reflect and mirror each other. It is blatantly obvious. We have even scientifically made names for these so-called neurons, mirror neurons. I don't know if that's still a thing, but anyway. We are more in tune and intuitive in feeling and in truth than we like ourselves to believe. We truly are magnificent beings that requires unfoldment, that requires you individually to grab a hold of becoming human. Because many times we behave like subhumans and animals and machines in many cases. But we are humans. We are spiritual, physical beings that is in change, that is always experiencing, growing, having cycles of many different kinds, many different stages of life. And if you take your life naturally and just take what comes until you're in the age of 27, it will stop there and you will stay 27 for the rest of your life. But if you, after 27, grab a hold of you are more or less educating yourself constantly. You're active, you're conscious, you are seeking, you are trying to understand. You will mature beyond 27. You will deepen it, you will strengthen it, you will grow it to become something tangible, something palpable, more or less. Your aura will more or less speak for itself, and you don't need to convince anyone of anything because you have found these things. You have experienced these things, and you would love to see other human beings experience the same things because they are so sublime and beautiful. Of course, there are much pain, much sorrow, much despair and suffering in this world. But if that is the only area of life you can focus on, they have you by the scruff of your neck, don't they? Instead of finding solutions for yourself for these problems. See yourself as this change. Everyone must become the change. Everyone on this planet must take responsibility for all that we have accepted and allowed and participated in. We all are to blame here for everything. And if we individually do not take care of these things, things will go very quickly very bad. You see already all this extreme suppression of these systems we have today. The suppression of individuals, the suppression of any kind of truly moral and ethical deeds and inclinations. Everything is behind the counter. Everything is scheming. Everything is gossiping and shit-talking. Where is the truth here? Where is the dignity? Where is the knightlyhood that we once possessed? It has to be actively cultivated today. You won't be given it by any human being. Maybe a few that actually were exceptionally talented beings. I can at least think of a few that truly and fully have touched my soul and my heart. And I will probably meet many more of them in my life. But they are few and far between. So, becoming aware and taking this sincerely and seriously. Not taking your life as a joke, not taking the earth as a joke. Because the earth is one beautiful, beautiful evolutionary stage in this cosmic development. And this is just a stage, remember. You have a life of 100 years. Then you go between death and a new birth. Until you begin anew. How much do you as a human being want to bring forth as truly loving content of your life? Or do you want to be remembered in the Akashic record as a rascal, as a rambunctious rascal that didn't want to take responsibility whatsoever? There is different levels to these things and different levels of development. And based on how far you've come is where you have the understanding of socializing, speaking with another human being, being awake and more or less having an energetic aura dance with each other, where we use our astral and we use our ego to have this wonderful experience. Haven't you experienced that before? You should try it. You should try to actively do this. And I say should here because we have freedom. The freedom is amazing, and that is why I don't judge anything bad that happens either, because those situations, yes, there will be consequences for what happens in general. But are you going to become the same as they were? Or are you going to end the cycle? Easier said than done, but it has to be done if we are to evolve as mankind, obviously. I truly do love this planet. I truly love every single human being. They are all my brothers and sisters. We are earth beings. And where we are born, what race we are in, what eye color we have, what interests and personal egotistic stuff that is only you, have become far more important than truly being human, an earthly human, an earth being, a planetary being, a global being. And we have been given this opportunity by gaining the internet. And now we can have connection to this whole earth. And based on how much effort we can put in, we can learn a whole lot in this life compared to other lives. We have everything at the tip of our fingers. We should not take that for granted. We should truly and fully explore and experience being human in change and in growth. That is where truth lies. That is truly where you will find that inner harmony, the harmonizing of the spheres, the harmonizing of your emotion, thoughts, feelings, and keeping it in equilibrium. I think this was everything today. Yeah. Thanks everyone. May the divine and Christ and Michael and Father and the divine realm always guide us on this beautiful path to searching and finding again the esoteric and the spiritual in us. Love you all. Thank you. Goodbye.